As brutal as Mortal Kombat is, the element of humor is also very present in what the game is.
Oh my God. Hello everyone, welcome to a very special episode of PlayStation Underground. You got Tim here, and I'm joined by an incredibly special guest, Ed Boon. This is co-creator of the Mortal Kombat series and creative director at NetherRealm Studios. Ed, thanks for joining us for a look at Mortal Kombat 11.
My pleasure. I'm really excited to show you this really cool stuff coming.
I'm personally a huge fan, longtime fan of the Terminator, and we have some really cool stuff to show off with Terminator Dark Fate on the horizon.
Absolutely.
So we're going to jump into a training match and kind of see the new character and the moveset and get to know him a little bit. And at the controls here, we have Aaron Pipagurtis, who is the executive producer on the game. So thanks for driving for us there, Aaron.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's dive right in. So impressively, I remember seeing the trailer where Terminator was first revealed and kind of walked out from the darkness and stuff. Can you tell me a little bit, just sort of like your perspective on what it's like to have the Terminator in Mortal Kombat 11?
Absolutely. You know, Mortal Kombat, the very first Mortal Kombat game was really, I always describe it as, it's the result of a team who grew up on action films. And so a lot of our characters have, inspiration, have been drawn from, big action movies, and Terminator is absolutely one of them, So over the years, we've had, a bunch of guest characters, and to me, the Terminator is almost like the culmination of everything built up from the creation of Mortal Kombat. It's a dream come true for our team as far as, having, one of the most iconic, recognizable action stars in our game.
Yeah, of course. And seeing him, in the world, he fits in thematically with Mortal Kombat so well. And I think that part of that, personally, there he is. He's got the shotgun. That's incredible. So that's a perfectly natural fit. But yeah, he fits in so well, and I'm excited to see some of his moves here and sort of how he carries himself in combat. Very slow and deliberate, heavy-hitting moves.
Yeah, he's all of the, he's always been this big brawler type guy, the shotgun, all these things that are kind of very iconic to the Terminator, we've really tried to incorporate into the game. And, it's great because, he's got this Dark Fate look, which is
a little bit more grizzled.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit more seasoned, I guess you could say. And but we also have a younger version in the game, so it's great just to once again, it's just such a dream come true for our team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one thing, from a fan perspective of just being a longtime, Terminator fan and a fan of the Mortal Kombat series is what I love about both of them is they have this rich lore and these incredible characters, and there could be these really serious, dramatic moments, but there's also this sort of, ridiculous, over-the-top nature to both of them.
Yes, absolutely.
Where you just kind of have to laugh and is this actually happening?
Yeah.
And rocket launchers are going off, or you're fighting across time in Mortal Kombat 11. So yeah, I mean, time travel being an element in Mortal Kombat 11, that's like peanut butter and jelly with Terminator.
Yeah, and in addition is a big part of the Terminator is the Terminator, and Sarah Connor has always been a very integral part to the Terminator story. And so we have this amazing cyborg hunter skin for Sonya.
That's awesome.
Who honestly, Sonya was inspired by the Sarah Connor character. So it was something that from the very first Mortal Kombat game, again, heavy influence by action movies. We were always big fans of the Terminator. So
That's
Sonya had
incredible.
inspiration, and we kind of brought it full circle with this Cyborg Hunter skin.
There's a really interesting, speaking to Sonya specifically, there's a really interesting parallel there, because obviously Sarah as a character in the Terminator universe really evolved and rose to meet the challenges of the world in this terribly unpredictable, unforgiving world. And we've also seen Sonya evolve a lot and take on a lot of responsibility and leadership with the special forces, and that parallel's been really fun to watch as a fan.
Absolutely, and I again, you know, we drew inspiration from that, and it's so cool to see you know, the two characters together fighting. You know, again, we've always been big fans of these kind of cool moments, you know, merging of kind of pop culture things.
Yeah.
You know, Mortal Kombat, Terminator. We've done that with other action movies, and so this is just a great. You know, we're all just kind of celebrating at this point.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And speaking of celebration, I would love if we can take a peek at what his fatal blow may be. I know they can be so splashy and over the top, and they are definitely one of my favorite parts of Mortal Kombat 11 specifically. And also just a really good opportunity, I feel like, to show off the personality of the characters.
Yeah.
Comes through, because I feel like, you know, most of the time I was waiting for the big payoff of a fatality, and the fatal blows just sort of integrate mechanically a way to shift the tides of battle, but also to show off a little bit more of the character's personality as well.
We need to jump into a regular match here.
Okay, yeah, let's back out and maybe take the fight against a computer-controlled AI opponent here, and maybe we can keep the fight against Sonya there. One thing that was immediately on my mind when the Terminator was first revealed to be part of Mortal Kombat 11 was like, my mind just started reeling, and it's okay, well, Mortal Kombat's about, like, you know, in part dismembering characters and these outrageous fatalities and beheading and all of this really over the top stuff, but you know, Terminator, he's got a metal endoskeleton underneath him, and really fascinated like how that sort of fits in. How does that fit into the you know, the way that these moves and fatalities and stuff play out with Terminator?
Yeah, we gave him, you know, he's an endoskeleton underneath that, you know, and he also has a really cool kind of mode that he goes into when he's defeated. He, you know, transforms into this endoskeleton form and has a completely different mode where, you know, he has armor on, and he's kind of like that whole marching, you know, unstoppable force.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So that's a really cool part of it too. And you know, when you do a crushing blow on him, if you hit him in the head, you see the endoskeleton underneath that, as opposed to like
instead of that's incredible.
So we you know, the attention to detail that our art team and the design team and everybody who's worked on him has been incredible. You know, again, this is a group of developers who just grew up on and love the Terminator. So doing this was like, you know, just so much fun as far as just getting as authentic as possible.
And that love like absolutely shines through everything that we see with him here, from, you know, the detail of actually capturing like Arnold Schwarzenegger's likeness to just how his moveset matches the character. Like even the way he's guarding there, he's like he barely needs to do anything because he's the Terminator. He can withstand.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's something that really excited me. So it's so fun to see. And obviously, NetherRealm has this history of being detail oriented, with, especially as the series progressed, and keeping this from the X-ray, you know, vision for the fatal blows to match what the character is all about.
Yeah.
Do you have any feedback on what kind of player, you know, you have in mind, or what kind of play style you might have in mind for someone who's considering Terminator?
Our QA team feels like he's the ultimate zoning character.
Okay.
Yeah, which you know, I guess you would probably think that he's more of like this brawler, but you know, he has, you know, a lot of kind of like space advantage moves. You know, he actually has a teleport, which uses, you know, the bubble from that iconic kind of way of traveling, and his fatality. You know, one of them, you know, transfers the opponent into like that Terminator land. Here's this
here we
fatal
go.
blow here.
The thumbs up, incredible.
And he actually yells, "Get over here!" when he pulls her in.
He does.
So we're kind
of
merging the two together.
That's incredible.
So we're
just the way he's just swinging characters around like they're nothing. You know.
Yeah. And that little nod where he kind of like gives a little thumbs up and like almost like a smile.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of what, you know, Terminator is there's a little hint of humor to it, as well as the seriousness.
Yeah.
That mix of it is like, you know, we're trying to kind of capture.
Like, again, one of the reasons that it fits so well within Mortal Kombat as a series is just there's a wink in there from time to time, just letting you know that, like, hey, this is so much fun and ridiculous, and we have to sort of stop to acknowledge it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We, you know, as brutal as Mortal Kombat is, the element of humor is also very present in what the game is.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so there's a pretty brutal brutality there too.
Well, you have to laugh in some scenarios like that because it's just wow. All right, so we talked a little bit previously about the endoskeleton within the Terminator here, and it would be great to try to take a closer look at that. And we mentioned, so if the Terminator sustains some battle damage when he's down around, we're going to try to see his endoskeleton, basically.
Yeah, he goes into this completely different mode. You know, basically, he still takes damage, but he doesn't react to it, so it looks like he's just absorbing hits. And that kind of plays well with, you know, the idea of Terminator just kind of slowly stalking his victim. Yeah, exactly. And so it's a real...
Oh, here we go. The slow stand-up. Oh, and it just, everything melts off.
You know, he moves. And like if you kick him or punch him or something like that, he doesn't react to it. So it's, you know, he's got this big thing. So you just gotta do what you can to get as much damage out of there.
Oh, I love that so much. What a good detail.
Yeah.
It would have been incredible even if it was just aesthetic, but like just the fact that he shrugs it off.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I love that detail. All right.
So you're gonna give Terminator a
shot? I'm gonna give it a go, and it's not gonna look as good as what you just did, but I think I have to try it. So, we have a variation here. Let's give it a go. I like the shades. I think it's a good style. Ed, do you have a part of this you know, of NetherRealm's execution of the Terminator that is sort of your favorite little detail about incorporating the character into the universe?
You know, I think the nuance of the fighting mechanics and all the individual moves is great, and like, you know, our designers just go to town with that stuff. A big part of the fun is things like the fatalities, the big cinematic moments, the fatal blow, as you saw. You know, just those little nods to, you know, the definition of what Terminator is a big part of the fun for me as well.
Oh, I love he pulls out like an Uzi or something there, and for the close range incorporation of his arsenal.
Yeah, he has you know, the shotgun and the Uzi, and he's you know, it's all those kind of iconic weaponry that he's always had.
One thing that I think is interesting too, just in fitting it in with the Mortal Kombat 11 storyline, is that, you know, the Terminator has aged, like his organic outer skin has aged within the universe. But I feel like a big theme of Mortal Kombat 11 is also characters aging and sort of confronting like the passage of time. Which I feel like is kind of a fun sort of parallel.
Yeah, we have you know, it's great because we have, you know, the older version of Terminator and a younger version, and, you know, Mortal Kombat 11 is all about that, you know, older versions of characters meeting their younger versions of characters, and so that part just kind of fit in really nicely as far as, you know, fitting him into that mold that we've created with Mortal Kombat 11.
And then has the side effect and the byproduct of making me feel quite a bit older, because I just remember being a wee lad and falling in love with Terminator and Mortal Kombat at the same time, around the same time. But I have to say that I really love Sonya's outfit. It's such a natural fit. I mean, it's like, it matches so well with the universe.
Yeah, again, it was like a truly full circle moment, you know. Sonya Blade, you know, again, having drawn some inspiration from Sarah Connor, and you know, we right off the bat when we knew we were going to do Terminator, we said we have to give Sonya a skin that is, you know, like a, you know, we call it the Cyborg Hunter, and, you know, that reference to the classic iconic look that was from Terminator.
Absolutely. Yeah. Before I completely flub this, seeing if there's an opportunity here.
It is in the moves list.
Okay.
So hit X, and then R1 over finishers.
Okay. All right.
Back toward back square.
Aaron, do you want to give it a go? No pressure,
no pressure
whatsoever.
Yeah.
No pressure whatsoever.
Shouldn't be too hard. Back toward back square. There you go.
Oh, incredible. I'm so excited. Oh, the motorcycle. Amazing. And he finishes her off. Oh my God. What an amazing fatality.
Yeah, that iconic moment, the camera angle, it's like just framed so
I love that.
ridiculously outrageous.
Yeah, it's framing the Terminator like dead center there.
That was a fun
no
way.
pun intended.
It's fun for us.
Man, that's incredible. It's like, where do you begin with fatalities? There's so many options when it comes to
There were
something like the
way more
Terminator.
ideas than we could possibly have done.
Yeah.
There was just a flood of ideas from the team doing that. So the hardest part was just kind of deciding which ones we're not going to do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Aaron, do you want to just hop in and we can finish up by just a little bit of the additional training mode as we just sort of wrap things up here. But regarding Dark Fate and this version of the Terminator, the T-800 being in Mortal Kombat 11, anything else that you want to make sure that that fans know about what to expect from this character? And
Well, as with all of the characters in Mortal Kombat 11, there's going to be a ton of customization and gear pieces, costume pieces to really kind of customize your version of Terminator, which is cool. It's I can't wait for people to see the different jackets and sunglasses and weapons that you can unlock in the game and get. So it's so many nods to just the history of Terminator and just like all the stuff that people kind of associate with him. This is going to where we've, as huge fans of our from the team, we've just poured all of that into the game.
And it shows in things like the quips between between Sonya and Terminator and these intros, and it oozes love and authenticity for the franchise.
Yes.
So Ed and Aaron, thank you so much for joining me for this look at Mortal Kombat 11 and the Terminator DLC. So as I understand it, at this point, you can actually get early access to the Terminator character if you have the Combat Pack as of now. And we also have a free trial coming out for Mortal Kombat 11 that's going to be kicking off on October 11th through the 14th. So you get a chance to not only try out a bit of the story mode, but also like the Terminator's included in that free trial, right?
Yeah. It's anybody who wants to check out Terminator and Mortal Kombat will be able to. That's what's so exciting.
What more can you ask for?
Yeah, not much more.
He's back.
Yeah.
So thanks everybody for watching this episode of PlayStation Underground. Take care.